girl, 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 girl. Oof, she looks fire. Hey guys, what's up? Jam here. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was reacting to RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars season 4. And after that, I started recording Hitori G made my hero reactions, which I haven't finished. I have videos coming out in July for that series, and I'm actually finishing it up right now. So don't worry, if you've been waiting years, I'm rewatching episodes 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then I'm continuing on from there. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload those videos as well. As you all know, I have been blocked like a billion times. Lemon Lime Jam is a channel that I'm dedicated to mostly boys love culture, gay culture, yaoi, video games, all that type of stuff. So I'll be giving verbal reviews of Drag Race rather than doing reactions, and hopefully I'll be able to react to boys love stuff while also being able to just talk about like different things. So anyways, let's get into this video, let's get into these queens, and let's talk about All-Stars season 5. So as always, the show opens with the drag queens walking into the room and giving like their little quirky statements and things. I'm not going to go through each of them individually right now. I'll do that later on at the end of the episode, but what I do have to say is only about maybe 2 people. One is that India Farrah's walk-in entry looks amazing. Like Miz Cracker walks in and it's like, okay, she looks good, which I found hilarious that Shae Coulee wasn't really excited or shocked or anything that she walked in. If anything, she was just like, oh, okay, well, she'll go home. But watching Blair St. Clair walk in was phenomenal, just because Blair went from that like little quirky, cute, like downtown girl to now she's a uptown girl, I guess. Or was she an uptown girl and now she's a downtown girl? Whatever she was, she's not that anymore. And girl, them lips, that personality, like, okay, Blair definitely is turning it right now. India Farrah's makeup is flawless, her hair was flawless, her outfit is flawless, like her body is amazing. Alexis Michelle, I keep calling her that. Alexis Mateo, girl. Oof, she looks fire. Like, you know, like I did see her in All-Stars 1, and I did see her in the end of season 3, but I never actually saw her, I guess. And seeing her, like, either she has turned it up or she has like been a fireball this whole time, but I am living for her, and she just seems out of place compared to the other girls. I thought she was gonna come back and I was gonna be like, ugh, but no. So far, the queens walk in, they don't really seem that invested in each other. Like, you know, of course they've known each other before, except for Derrick and India, which they do know, but not on good terms. It was nice to see some drama started, especially in the first episode, and y'all, I'll get to that in a minute. What happens next? So then RuPaul comes into the workroom and she explains to the girls that instead of one person voting or 2 people voting, everybody's gonna vote. So everybody has a chance to kick everybody off, which I think is a little bit fair, because after what happened with Naomi Smalls, with Manila, and what happened with Shangela, well, actually what happened with Shangela ended up happening. I guess this is what ended up happening to her, but at least it's the queens that's on the show versus queens have been kicked off and they're coming back and they don't know what the queens have been doing since they left. The thing that they don't understand is what's going on with the lip sync. Like, if you win the lip sync, then what does that mean for the other people's votes and things like that? So they see that things aren't adding up. The first challenge that we have is the reading challenge, which I honestly live for. So the first mini challenge is the reading challenge, and my favorite challenge. Just because I love to read and I love hearing reads. I don't like being mean or anything like that, but jokes are jokes and jokes are hilarious, especially when they're like placed perfectly. Like, you pick up the things that we love about you and that we hate about you, but it makes up the whole package of what we love about you, and that is a perfect read. Ongina, that's probably where you failed at, but I got what your jokes were saying. Like, Alexis could win Drag Race because she's Puerto Rican and big, because a lot of things cater to people in these days. So maybe Alexa could win just because she's big and Puerto Rican, which is more of a read of the show, not a read of Alexis. So Mariah's little dig at Shae Coulee was kind of cute, but I guess the camera work just didn't make it look as phenomenal and kind of made it look sloppy, but it was still a cute little prepared like read. Do I agree with Blair St. Clair and I don't remember Jujubee winning? No. And honestly, if you're gonna see my reaction to the first season that Jujubee was on, I don't remember if she won, but I also didn't think that she was the best one in that episode either. Now, is she funny? Hilarious. But was she the best reader? Definitely Blair St. Clair and even Derrick Barry. Like, I was gagging off of Derrick. Oh no, Alexis Mateo and Blair St. Clair. Those two. Blair, girl, where are you coming from? She's very Monique Hart and very Monet Exchange this season, so I'm glad that she got her little black baby daddy or whatever it is that she has, because girl is on fire. So in honor of tradition, the first runway challenge is going to be the Work the World challenge, the extravaganza, blah blah blah, which I was confused about the first time they did it, because I remember I was like, is everyone just gonna lip sync? But then again, like, that's what I would do because I don't really have any other talents. So they're in the workroom and India and Derrick are already like starting up. And the cutest thing about this whole beef isn't so much their like, okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. India kind of like starts it, which I'm guessing a promoter kind of like, a producer kind of like pushes her to do it because it comes out of nowhere. Or maybe it was just happening and Derrick's over there and she's like, girl, I wonder how this is gonna turn out. But then Ongina is like, ooh, I didn't have beef my season. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm ready for this. So then India's like talking, and the first thing Ongina does is run to the other side of the room to Derrick and is like, da 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 da. And she's like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna go back and ask her if she's talking about me. And it's like, Ongina, like, you are 30, 40 something years old and you're acting like a 20-year-old getting like tea for the first time. But then it was funny because when they started talking to each other, Derrick was coming at India like full force. I did not like Derrick on her season, but the thing I love about Derrick is that she is so straightforward and like just so she's complimenting you or she's giving you advice or something, but it comes out like a read pretty much, which kind of goes into why she should have won the challenge. Like, to say, I'm glad you're here, and then to go on and say, because then you'll learn something, is child. Like, I was living for it. And Alexis had the best quote. Like, what did she say? She said, they are bringing beef to the salad. And I was like, yes, girl. Like, because everybody else is being vanilla as hell, and India and Derrick just brought all the beef up in there. So until the extravaganza, Alexis Mateo shocked me. Like, I was like, what is she gonna do? And the thing is, like, I say it in another video, but I don't follow queens after they get off the show. Like, I watch the show, I go to the club, I see them, I tip them, I take pictures with them, and then I go back home, and then I follow like a couple of them. But I haven't seen what Alexis has done since her season or anything except for Vanjie. So when I saw Alexis walk up the stage and then she immediately stopped and then like started performing and like singing, I was like, I am watching a real life performance. Like, of course I should have known because of the level that drag has gone to now, but it was impressive. Like, it was so beautiful and just so mesmerizing, and like, honestly, I could watch it over and over and over again. Like, how she didn't win, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Also, her outfit was beautiful, her face was beautiful, like everything about her was just like on top. So I definitely like, I am rooting for Alexis this season. Then Shae came out and did a pole dance, which honestly the pole dance was really good. The singing was pretty good-ish. And the performance itself as a whole was, it wasn't something I pay to see. Like, where I would pay to see Alexis, I would just like go watch this one and be like, yeah, she did the thing, and I can't do that. But it can't say it impressed me. Like, it was sensual and sexy, and I've never seen a pole dancing drag queen, so I'll give it that. So then Mayhem Miller came out after Shae. Okay, so I wasn't excited to see Mayhem Miller on here, maybe because I just saw her not too long ago. She gave a singing performance. If she would have just lip synced it and then like performed it instead, it would have been so much better, because I liked how she was singing it. I don't know if I like what she was saying because I didn't hear what she was saying. I like the way she was just singing the song, and I like the colors on the stage, but other than that, it wasn't anything special. And that's all I have to say on Mayhem Miller on this part. I'll get back to her later, but as far as her performance, it just was okay. Mariah's was beautiful. The thing about Mariah's though is that I feel like with those cloths on the floor and that the smoothness of the stage, that she was kind of trying to get her grip and like stay okay, because I was trying to figure out the first episode, like the first time I watched it, I was trying to figure out if she was good or not. And then the second time I was just looking and noticing that like when she would move, the fabric would move with her, and so maybe that's why her upper body looked so like confusing and like she was slipping or something. I wish she would have threw more paint on that glass, because she only did it like once and she awkwardly rubbed it over her body for the rest of the performance. All in all, it was beautiful, it was pretty, it was actually nice to see, like, what is that spoken word other than Tatiana's balls. Like, she actually talked about something that had some substance to it. I mean, being a drag queen and having balls in the same parts is substance, but like I've never seen a drag queen go in here and give a Maya Angelou performance. I mean, it's not Maya Angelou, but it's somebody performing to Maya Angelou. Miz Cracker's was hilarious. I didn't catch all the lyrics that she was saying. I burst out laughing when she was saying how she's a white girl, and then like burst out into like the whole white girl dance, and then she did a flip and then a land, and it was just like a death drop. I mean, it was amazing to see someone use their disadvantages to their advantages. Like, is Miz Cracker going to get up there and give you death drops and like splits and twirls and like, you know, shablams? Yes, but would it look like how you would want it to look? Probably not. I guess I didn't see what the queens were talking about the first time she went around, because they always said how insecure she looked or how she just was a perfectionist. I was like, I don't see it. But then like watching it now, she just kind of like got up there and she did a performance without really seeming like she cared how she looked. Like, she looked silly and authentic, and it was really fun to watch. Miz Cracker's got it, and it's shocking to see a little wheat thin up there like doing its thing. I guess it's not a wheat thin because it's salty, so it's a Nabisco. I don't know crackers, so I don't know. The next person that performed was Blair St, Clair, Delano, Chachki, Lepore. And I was very, I can't say I was surprised. I've heard Blair's music and she's a pretty good singer. She's talented, but I can't say that she's soulful. She can get up there and sing better than I can, and a lot of people. She did a lot better than Fifi did when she did acapella, but it was okay. It gave me really big Adore vibes. The look gave me Violet Chachki, and then the lips gave me Amanda Lepore. So Blair, she was good. I'm sure I'll say more later on, but Blair's good. And the thing about Blair also is that when they announced the cast, she went back into my like to win category, because I rooted for Blair the first time, and to be honest with you, I'm still a fan of Blair, so I'm voting for her again. That's kind of hard though, because you also have Jujubee, you have Ongina, you have Shae, and a lot of other people that you want to win. Derrick Barry. So Ongina came out and she wore like this kimono outfit that was reminiscent to the first season of Drag Race, and it was really cool to see at first. And I was like, where's this gonna go? And then she took off the dress and she wore that red dress, which still looks familiar to me. Are they RuPaul's outfits? Like, I can't remember where I saw these looks before, but I like seeing her wear these looks, and I like seeing her perform and dance. It took me back a little bit, because when I look at Ongina, I'm also like season 1, and I just watched season 1, so I'm like, ooh, can she do this? Then I remember like when she left, I believe it was, she did like a little, no, when she came back on reunion, she did like a little b-boy kind of move or whatever. So I don't know why I was shocked when she threw off the red dress and she was wearing a silver one, and then she started doing like a little like I don't know what it was she did, but when the camera was like facing her back and she was like doing that little walk thing, actually when the camera was in front of her too, and she did like that thing or whatever, like Ongina's whole silver lip performance was good. I wish it was tighter and I wish it all kind of flowed together and that there was something happening besides her just up there dancing, but who cares? Like, it was beautiful and it was nice to look at, and she has a nice solid body that looked really good doing those moves. She's impressive. Derrick Barry got up next, and I didn't mind Derrick's performance. Did I think she did one of the best, and was it awkward? A little bit, but I mean, she still got up there, she did her thing, and it wasn't like she sucked at it. I mean, that's all I really have to say about the performance. Was it the best one up there? No. But was it bad? Also no. So that's all I have to say on that for now. I'll get back to that later on as well, but just for now, I'll just move on to the next person. So then Jujubee got up and sang, and I fell in love with it. Like, I can't say that I was blown away. Now, she is so far the best singer that I've heard on this show. I don't care what you say about Courtney or Adore or anything, but I never felt like they sang. And so what Jujubee did was sang, and she sang good. And it's so nice to see this little Asian, Laotian person up here, like giving Patti LaBelle's vocals, Aretha Franklin, or whoever you want to compare her to. Well, I wouldn't compare her to those two, but it's nice to see a drag queen, especially an Asian one up there, like just belting it out and giving all of her heart and soul, and girl did her thing. So then they saved India Farrah for last, which I was excited to see because one, of course, I never got to see India perform since I haven't watched season 3 yet. But when I watched her watching the queens, and then she went in confessional and she was like, I was kind of shaking a little bit because these queens are performing. I was like, girl, I would too. I did not expect her to do well at all. And when she came out there walking and like she did it, get her off of me, and then she did that hair whip, and the horns were going, like I was living for it. Was it as good as a performance as Alexis Mateo? I don't think so. But was it better than what I was expecting, and was it amazing? Heck yeah. Only thing I wish she would have changed is that she would have worn a longer wig and she made that hair flip a little bit cooler. Now, I can't do that hair flip, so I don't know how she did it in high heels, and full drag, and performing, and on the stage. Like, I can't do it sitting down in this chair without getting a headache. So the fact that she did do that, I won't say anything bad about, but I do wish the wig was a little bit longer just because it looked like a little thing just kind of like hanging on or something. So then the judges do their calculating, or I guess RuPaul does his, or the producers do theirs. I'm not sure who did it. But then they say that Mayhem Miller and Derrick Barry were in the bottom. And I agree with the decision to put them in the bottom. I was kind of expecting Mariah to go in the bottom, but like I said, that's just because I was looking at her really close and everything. And then the second time I was like, okay, well, yeah, she doesn't deserve to be in the bottom. Derrick and Mayhem, like, to compare the two, I would say I would prefer Derrick to stay for a number of reasons. One, Mayhem Miller doesn't seem like this isn't bad or anything, but I can't really see what she would bring, and I don't know if she's really had time to grow from her season and like kind of just put it out there more. Now that might sound stupid because I've defended other queens for coming back, but like Mayhem seems kind of like she's the same person just coming back again. And this episode kind of like, well, no, she looks a little bit brighter this season. Like last season, she seemed kind of scared, and this one she seems more out there. So maybe she's going to turn it, but I don't know. Like, I'm just not excited to see her. And when I saw Derrick on the cast, I was more like, ooh, what is Derrick going to bring? Like, she's on AllStars? That's interesting. And I remember all the way up until the show premiering, I was always like, why would they put Derrick on AllStars? Like, that just seems like a weird person to bring back. Watching this show, I believe that Derrick is an all-star, and she seems like a really good queen. And I felt really bad for her when she cried in her confessional about not being able to shed that Britney light. And so when they went backstage and they were talking about Derrick's drag and how, like, you know, she's trying to shed the Britney look, but she still kind of looks like Britney and she's kind of acting like Britney. And then she compared herself to the other queens' outfits, and if she wore them, how would she look? And I was like, yeah, she would look like Britney still in all those outfits. I think her problem comes with her hair, and it's that like 90s, 2000s teeny booper hair, and maybe she needs to like just pump it up more. Maybe she needs to change her makeup. Now, does she give a good silhouette and give good face and give good body and hair? Yeah, but I think if she wants to shed that Britney image, she just needs to take that away. But to say that she should go home just because she looks like Britney still, I don't agree with. And I also don't agree with her being the worst one up there. She just wasn't, and that's pretty much it. She didn't exceed the challenge, but she didn't fail the challenge in my eyes. So that's my views on Derrick. Mayhem, to me, Mayhem definitely should have went home. I'm a little bit sad about Derrick going home. I was actually really sad for Derrick going home. And it also takes away all the drama that was going to happen between her and India Farrah. So who's going to be drama now? The only thing I guess I can comment on is Mayhem and this whole India Farrah alliance thing. I don't see how two queens that look like they won't really make it through the entire show have an alliance. But I mean, India did turn it out. She surprised me, so maybe she will make it through the show, and maybe I'm just judging her off of stuff I've never seen. I just see the name India Farrah and I'm like, okay. But then I see Shae Coulee and Alexis Mateo and Ongina, and I'm like, well, dang, those are the winners. So maybe India might surprise me and win the whole show. So then they finally bring out the lip sync assassin after RuPaul explains exactly what's going to happen. One winner gets to make a vote, and then the other people get to make their own vote, and depending who wins lip sync against a surprise lip sync assassin every episode. So they reveal the person behind the curtain, and I swear to God, when I saw Yvie Oddly, I was like, I thought they said a lip sync assassin. I'm not saying that Yvie's not a lip sync assassin or anything, or that she's a bad lip syncer. When she went against Brooklyn Heights in her season, that was actually one of my favorite lip syncs of all times. And I go back and watch it again and again, and I watch other people react to it because my heart was just jumping out of my chest watching the two of them perform. But on the finale, that's kind of where I take it back, where I'm like, is she a good lip syncer? Because I don't really remember her doing that well in the finale itself. Like, did she do terrible? No, but my eyes were definitely on other queens. But then she came out and she served it. She threw herself all over that stage. At first I was like, there's no way that they're gonna let the other person win in the first episode. But then I was like, maybe RuPaul has something to prove. So then he's gonna choose Yvie. But then as I was looking at the two of them, I noticed that like India was performing the song, whereas like Yvie was really like selling the song. Like, oh my God, like that hair reveal, like I've never seen something like that where you fall back and then the hair comes off and you come up and then fling your hand forward and then the other piece like snaps off. And I was kind of confused because I was like, it looks good, but the hair underneath the wig, I don't know if I was living for that at all. And I mean, I did. It matched the outfit. And then she just crawled her way around that stage and flipped around. And I was like, you know what? I can understand why her bones are so bad now, because she's just destroying the heck out of them. Like, I can barely get out of my bed with my bones that I can move around as much as I want. So the idea of just like tossing my body around and slinging around and stuff, it just, I guess if you can do it, you can do it. And if you want that crown, if you want that money or whatever it is that you're gonna get, if you want your fans, you gotta do everything that you want to get them. And I guess that's what Yvie's doing. Now, the gag was that because Yvie won the lip sync, the money from that episode would be transferred to the money for next week's episode. So let's say that a lip sync assassin wins every episode except the last one. Could y'all imagine being in quarantine and winning that much money? Well, that's all I really have for this episode. Maybe I'll watch RuPaul live on Instagram or somewhere else, and then or I can watch it on YouTube live actually. But maybe you guys can join me there. You can follow me at DeFahrenheit on Instagram and DeFahrenheit on Twitter if you would like. Or maybe we can do a Zoom call or something. I don't know. You, the viewers, you let me know if you're interested. If you just want to see me do reviews here, just let me know. I'll go ahead and pop my phone up whenever I watch the show and just go ahead and just record myself while I get all the tea and all the honey. So whatever. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like this video and leave me a comment. Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to see go home? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get my update next week when I release this video on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And yeah, well, I'll release that video on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Not this video. This video is gonna come out this Tuesday and you'll see it up because you're watching it right now. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, peace.